Welcome to Tuxedo Cat Productions Stream of Consciousness with your host, Katlyn Wyllie, and very special and every other week guest, Jane the Guide. Love having her on. How you doing, Jane?
I am so fantastic. I'm grateful to be here that I made it through the torrential downpour and lovely traffic jam that I got to be a part of.
Yes, it's been raining nonstop here in the Concord area, in the surrounding. Probably, I haven't watched the news, so I'm not on the down low on
The weather
the
DL.
weather, except it's raining.
It's consistent.
Um, but on today's episode, I'm kind of getting a little bit more focused on what this podcast show is going to be, and so I've given it a forever name, Stream of Consciousness, which we've discussed and you've heard before. So Stream of Consciousness is the description of the show, which is just us sitting down having a conversation. It's either me and a guest or me and we just talk. So on today's episode, we normally pick a word or a topic, but I asked you if you can do a processing of me. Now, for the people at home, can you explain what that means?
I will do my best. So it's kind of like, you know how sometimes we get in this loop of a thought or a feeling that we know, we realize, we recognize isn't serving us.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, I keep doing this thing and it keeps fucking up my life, or I keep thinking this thing, or something keeps coming up. And in that realization, that's this moment of like, oh crap, I just realized it. And sometimes we just need assistance, a different perspective, an avenue, a path to go down, because the old path, the old way wasn't working.
Mm-hmm.
And we realize that when we realize it. And then it's like, oh shit, what do I do now? And that's where I kind of step in and kind of process the why or the how that old thing came up, why it did, what you get to learn from it, and then how you get to move forward, and whatever tools that you may need to do so.
And you do offer you offer this as a service, so.
I do this for individuals and for couples, and I do it for groups as well. Especially, I've also been doing it for like business partners.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of different types of partner relationships.
Yep. Well, this is kind of a new problem. Well, this is not kind of, it's a different sort of problem. So I have, as you know, started a business called Tuxedo Cat Production. It has been a brainchild of, since 2007, just all of the things that I like to do, which are creative, graphic design, video editing. I like to create stories, write stories, blogs, podcasts, everything that has to do with telling stories visually and audibly. I enjoy creating these things. So Tuxedo Cat Productions is the business name that I have adopted. And I have a physical space now, which is serving me by way of hosting creativity classes, which that's serving my purpose. So let me tell you what all that is doing for me and then I'll tell you where I'm stuck. So I am enjoying the accumulating the space and the materials necessary to create a creative space, because really what I've always wanted is a space that I curate and that I run, that people are encouraged to come in to kind of connect with themselves. So using my space to do their creative exploration, their introspection, a safe place for them to sit and do what they need to do, whether that be doing their own craft by themselves or in a guided class. So that being a space for people to come. And then I would like to offer different avenues, classes for people to take. And I love them to be different. So it's not just the same old paint class that you would go to. It's an actual class that serves a purpose while you also create something awesome. But, so I have I know that I want to create a space for people to come and create for themselves. I know I want to create reasons for people to come in who don't have reasons for themselves. So, in essence, the space. So, I'm trying to brand it, and I'm trying to put like a sign out front, and what do I call it? My business cards. And so I got this fluid painting class, which seems like it could be all off on its own. And then we have Tuxedo Cat Productions, which is the keeper of many different avenues of things. So I guess the processing is I'd like to discuss, like, how am I stopping myself from, I got the space, I got everything I need to bring people in. How am I stopping myself from putting it out there? Like, I walked around last week with you and hung out posters, but that's all I did. Like, I'm doing a lot inside where no one can see me, but I can't seem to make a connection with like creating a website. Like, what is my message? What do I tell people when they come to my message? When they're at my front door, what do I tell them? I don't know what to tell people. That is what I would like you to process.
I'm really excited. First of all, I want to thank you because what you're offering, like these creativity opportunities and classes, aren't just for people, like you said, just to come in and paint the thing, right? Like, it's not a paint and sip. Like, it is, it, it, it's so like not a paint and sip. It's like when people come to your offerings, they are healed. Like, they go in and they feel one way and they leave and they feel better. And not because they painted a thing or they created the thing. It's because of the medicine that you give them and the freedom and opportunity to allow part of them to be expressed outwardly that they don't normally get. And I can speak from firsthand experience for myself and also from watching other people experience you and what you offer. So you aren't just offering creativity, you're offering creativity like amplified. So I just want to thank you for that.
Oh yeah, yes, you're welcome.
Like,
that's the thing I want to do. Yes.
Yeah. And you mentioned the fluid painting being like almost like its own offshoot, and then Tuxedo Cat Productions being over here. Well, they're totally the same because they're all you. So I think bridging that together is going to be a big thing because fluid painting is something that people are recognizing as something like, oh my God, that looks really cool, and I don't know how ever to do that. And then here you are, you're like, oh, not only is it easy, it's going to be fun, and you're going to so love it.
Mm-hmm.
So that to me is the in to get them in to Tuxedo Cat Productions.
Yeah.
So it's this one thing. And you mentioned also being in that space of the location.
Yeah.
And like, you just want to get out. Like, to get people in.
Yes, I want people to come to me, but I know I have to get them to come to me. And I know I do marketing, this, that, and the other, but when it comes to being my baby, I don't know how to handle it. I have a feeling as I'm saying this, since 2007 when I created the logo and named the business, I didn't know how to get people to want it.
Mm-hmm.
And I almost feel like it's holding me back because I don't, at this beginning, and I feel like I've had nothing but beginnings so far. Not a lot of people come to the beginning. They come to, when you get ramped up.
Well, yeah.
So I feel like I'm just battling this fear of rejection. Well, and so I'm keeping it to myself as to not be rejected. But I'm all I need. I know I'm on the edge. I'm on the edge. I just need something to push me, and I'll have 50 million. Mm-hmm. I'll have a class a day that I'm teaching, mm-hmm. and to start. I mean, I know what I want to do. I feel like I'm just holding myself back.
Well, we are the only ones that hold ourselves back. Like, you're the only one that's ever going to do that. So good job, human. You're being yourself, right? So give yourself a little bit of a break you're humaning really
I
well.
know, but I'm ready to stop being stagnant. I'm ready to I want to succeed.
So, well, yeah. So, can you look at where you are as being successful thus far, up until this moment? Because you have an awesome ass studio that as soon as anyone walks in there, they feel the magic of you, hands down. Not only that, they see all the art that you create and they're like, holy moly cannoli. And then you're like, yeah, you can make it too. So just by walking in your place, people feel comfortable and inspired. To me, that's a success in itself. Not only that, you actually offer things that no one else offers because only you are offering it the way you do. To me, that's a success. Like if you died tomorrow, which I know you're not, so I can totally say this. Like if you were to die tomorrow, hands down, everyone would say, what a beautiful success you were and are.
So I see your point of view. I see it as a success because I did come from nothing. But
Yeah.
I can tell you that I'm not making any money.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And so now I keep thinking, okay, well, this is a means to an end. I really would like this to keep going. But I eventually have to focus on making money, and then I put pressure on myself.
Yeah, then you stop the flow of success.
It's always money, isn't it?
Yeah. And if you think like money, so everything is energy, right? Just getting into like physics of life and the way things move, everything is energy. This table, the mic, the earphones, you, me, your jacket, my shirt, everything is energy. Money is energy too. And yet we give it this value of our worth.
Well, I still think that money has a place
Totally.
in the society, in the game that we've all agreed to play. Money has a value, and so I would hate to spend all mine and not make any, because
Well,
then I'm in a different world.
well, yes. So remembering that money is an energy, right? Just keeping that in, like always remember, wait a minute, it's not this, pedestaled object that has more worth and more value than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Because as soon as we do that, it's almost like um, in some religions that like a idol worshiping a false idol. That's like a thing in like maybe the Bible. I don't know because I don't read the
Oh
Bible.
yeah, you.
But it's kind of like that where it's like saying that you're more important than someone else. So just remembering that money is an energy, kind of taking this need for it a little bit away,
Mm-hmm.
and that's going to change your energy and your resistance toward it. Because as soon as you focus on, that's why I was sharing with you all the successes that you are, because what you were first sharing was all the spaces that you're not feeling successful because you don't have the one thing. And all the things that you are successful in, the things that would be on your epitaph, are those are the things, right? Those are the things that you're inspiring, you're creative, you're a community connector, your heart is getting the entire community to get excited about not just being a part of the community, but to consciously be creating together within it. That to me is like big success, right? So, all those things being successful gets you amped up, right? It gets your vibe feeling like, yeah, I am successful. Like I am. I have so much. And when you start getting that feeling, literally that emotion flowing, then you're not feeling the space of lack. Whenever we focus on lack, then we keep whatever it is that we're lacking away even further. Does that make sense so far?
Yeah, I mean, I'm rolling with it.
Okay. It's the law of attraction. Like if you say you don't want to get sick, you don't want to get sick, you get sick. If you say you want to be well, you'll be well. If I
Yeah,
say I don't have enough money, I don't have enough money, then I'm not going to get enough
I
money.
have that superpower, and yeah, I just have to imagine it.
Right. And so right now you're in this loop. You're just in a
Yeah.
playback loop of I'm not successful because I don't have something outside of myself, money, to prove that I am in fact successful.
Right.
So you get to create your own neural pathway shifting, play with neuroplasticity for yourself, right? So instead of feeling and thinking, because the thought comes to think, the think comes before the feeling. So if you think that I am successful, I'm like wicked successful. I have done so much. You've not only created Tuxedo Cat Productions, the most amazing, coolest looking studio I've ever been in. That's one of the most inspiring to walk into, that makes me just want to play. Not only that, you've created a family, you've created a friend network, you've created so many things. to be these outside of you things to remind you that you're wicked successful, right? And so then you can start really getting that neural pathway going, and then your energetic body is going to be like, yeah, I am so successful. And then more stuff is going to want to come to you. You're going to start to feel more confident to go out to your neighbors and be like, hey, because as soon as you go in a place, and you and I went when we went last week,
Mm-hmm.
you know, we weren't just going in places and being like, hey, will you hang this? That, yep, who cares? It's the going into the places and be like, oh my God, the lady down the street, she makes her own friggin' shoes that she sells. Coolest things ever. And we got excited about that, especially when we realized, right? Oh my God, you make these? And we got jazzed. And she then became more jazzed about what you do.
Mm-hmm.
So then in that feeling of, I am so successful, I'm so successful, all these great things that I am doing and that I am creating currently, now, not something in the past, but like a now situation, gets you excited about who you are in this world. The more excited you are about who you are in this world, everybody else sees it. Now it's like opening the door for them to express it and share it and create the desire for them to want to come in your door. So yeah, you are the only one stopping yourself. All you get to do now is leave the studio and go out and talk with your neighbors and be like, you guys, this fluid painting, how about you know what, for your first class, buy one get one, or buy one get one half off, because I know you need to like cover all the supplies, because you have a ton of supplies that you get to use, that we get to use when we create.
Mm-hmm.
So offering them something to get them in, because they're already going to be excited. When we showed that poster, everyone was super duper jazzed, especially when we pointed out what the fluid painting looks like, because some didn't know what it was called.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, oh my God. So you just have this loop right now that's saying that it's like the loop of lack. You're in the lack loop.
Yeah, I mean, all day today, I just kept busy, and I've been working on yesterday I was working on my website, which is where this kind of the thought began, working on my website and how many different avenues that I offer. I offer fire performance, but that's just entertainment. I offer that same thing could be movement meditation, could be stretching. That is one thing I want to offer, but I can't put it on a website that just talks about painting, and I can't put it on a website that has to talk. I know these are marketing questions, but
no,
I
don't. This is perfect.
I don't want to. I want people to be able to know who I am, and I feel like I'm so many things that I don't know who I am, and what Tuxedo Cat is.
This is so perfect. Literally, this is so perfect. I'm so happy you're saying all these things, because you are all these things. So you are the umbrella, right? So we're going to say that the website is you.
Yeah, Tuxedo Cat
right?
is
You.
me.
Yeah.
In character form, I would say.
Totally. So the website is going to be you. That is your digital avatar that people are going to go to, see that, and then they're going to go in and dive deeper, right? Kind of like me. I see you. Okay, that's your avatar. And then I'm going to get to know you, and I'm going to learn that you do this, and you do that, and you like this, and this is what you can offer, right?
Mm-hmm.
So same thing as the website. That's the avatar. That's the outermost. And then when you go into that, then you're going to have different sections. You're going to have entertainment training, meditation and motion training, and creativity training. And then someone will be like, I don't even know what those are, but now I'm really excited. Click. Entertainment training, what's that? It's confidence boosting. It's standing on a stage. It's working with the fire and working with the say hoops or the spinners or whatever those things are. Creativity training. I don't know, what's that? Click on that. What's fluid painting? Ooh, I clicked on that.
Isn't that too much to offer a person to look at?
No, because it's easy. If you think about it, it's one website, 3 tabs.
Well, see, that's what I've been envisioning. It's the landing page when you get there is Tuxedo Cat Productions, because what that is it is a house. It is a house with many rooms, and in each room has a specific skill that I want people to be able to learn.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be able to teach. I want to be able to show off, and I want to be able to run a business because I want this to not only be my livelihood, I want it to be my calling for my community as well. Mm-hmm. So I am envisioning a website like this, and I can see it, and I attempted to make it. And it's not like these softwares are difficult to understand. There was just a lack of wanting to do it. I feel like I just want to pay someone to do it. And then there's another side of me that no, I need to build the website because it's my business, and it's also helping me kind of come up with my own verbiage, my own identity through trying to describe myself. But man, it's like I'm unable to jump, to make the leap, to connect, to make the connection. I got all this work and I got all this intention stored up in this can with no way to explode, no way to shine, no way to be seen.
Well, and if you think about it too, say you're going to do this website. You are doing this website, and you're going to have, I'm just going to use these 3 tabs: entertainment, creativity, community. Mm-hmm. How about that? Those 3 feel good for this conversation?
That's pretty accurate to what I already have.
Okay. So you have these 3 tabs, and as you are creating them, you may start with just like writing them down, like, I'm just going to take this piece of paper and it's going to be all entertainment stuff. Like, what do I do? And just boom, get it out.
I have notebooks and notebooks and notebooks of this.
Okay. You sound like me so much.
Because yeah,
so I love you so much.
I gotta write it out.
Like talking to me.
Well then, give me your best advice.
Well, shake it off, girl. No, really. That's funny because I usually shaking in my head, but so many times first of all, we've been taught do, have, be, as opposed to be, do, have. First you have to do the thing to have the thing, and then you can be the thing. You do the job to have the money, then you can be happy. That's what we've been taught. Like, that's the neural pathways that have been forged in our noodles for so long. Mm-hmm. In reality, it's be, do, have. You be joyful and creative and loving. You can have all the things that are going to reflect that. Well, you do all the things that are in line with that, and then you have all the things that reflect it. So the being it, you get to now be it bigger, which means you get to go out and enjoy parts of life that have been spent in times of doing. Now you get to be. So, like, you get to go to, like, I'm not saying necessarily tonight, but the event tonight over at Lotus. Like, you could go to that and just be you. Just be you. You're not there to market. You're there to just be you, which is super awesome and lively and sprite-like and inspiring, and people are going to want to get to know you. Mm-hmm. And you can be like, yeah, I have the studio across the street that I do these super awesome things. I do things for community, creativity, and entertainment. I teach classes and I perform. I'd love to tell you more. Here's my card. I'm working on my website. And then you can go back to being you and enjoying the event.
Yeah. I mean, that part I can do. Mm-hmm. When I'm out there. That's the thing is, let me change it a little bit. So here in Concord, there's not as many people as there are in Charlotte. Yeah. Let's just say, small town, not as much going on. I love that in the most part, but that means that if I want it, I have to be it. Mm-hmm. Yes. I have to be the circus that I want to join. And that's the awesome and scary task before me here in Concord, is that it's available for someone like me to come in and be that. And I'm not so much afraid of the people not liking circus. And it's not so much the rejection. It is the when I create an event. Now I have when I create an event and people are going to be there. There's something that comes over me that is like I hate to say it, but I'm trying not to say it, but it's almost like a lethargy, laziness, apathy that just doesn't want to lead a group of people. I can't be anything that else that I like to be front and center. I like to be the curator. That is I like to lead. I like these things. But something is I think what's happening is if I make the commitment of having a weekly movie night and then I give my time to the community, I will not have that time for myself and my family. And I want to divulge a little bit on that because I just had that was just me realizing that I've always wanted to do all the cool work that people do and then they're famous. Like I've always wanted to be singing, I've always wanted to be dancing, I've always wanted to be the one painting the background of the big show. But when it's showtime, I don't want to be anywhere near. I want to be drinking. I want to be chilling. I want to do all my work, and then I want people to come. And I fear that if I go forth with this creativity training, I'm going to put so much effort into it, leading all the classes, leading all the events, marketing, while I also have another job that is for paying for this job, this Tuxedo Cat Productions, and I have a boyfriend and an 8-year-old. We're getting married.
Yeah,
so I mean,
like
we're a
family
stepdaughter.
She's like a daughter. Yeah.
It's a family unit.
Mm-hmm.
So here I am with all of these hats that I'm wearing, and I love it because I love being busy. But I am so afraid of giving too much of me to the community that they will take and they will not give back and that's something that I want people to hear when I say that. When I, as a community volunteer, give my time and a lot of the times my money, because I don't really ask that much for people because I know money's a deterrent. So I've gotten used to not asking for a lot, but I give a lot of myself and people don't give back. Jane, I don't know if you have felt that. As much as I give and as much as I smile, people just don't give back. And I haven't gotten to the place in my being where I can fully accept giving away my time for free like that when I have not been given in my trial runs of all the stuff that I've done in my life. I have not been shown this sort of reciprocation or just the response from the community that takes care of me as the community leader. And I'm overburdened with problems that I didn't need to take on, but because I am a philanthropist and because I want to bring people together, because no one else is doing it, and if I want it to happen, I have to be the one to do it. I go forth with my passion and I do it, and then what happens is I crash because
it's too much.
It's too much, and then no one is there to help me, and I am petrified that is going to happen to me, and that this is me finally getting it out. Mm-hmm. And I hope people can hear me when I say that.
I think so. And please know that you don't have to take all of the bites at the same time.
I just don't know that's what I'm confused. I don't know how much to eat yet.
Yeah, and that's perfect because you're learning this whole new life that you're creating. You've never, ever, ever been where you are now. Ever. No. Like, you have never. So all the past experiences that you've had where people really just sucked you dry, thank them and thank you for that version of you, you're not that person anymore. So there's no reason. It's literally like you're a totally different storefront. There's no reason you would ever receive that stuff unless you believe it, and then you'll get it. Great, cool. So just know that. So that being said, biting off more than you could chew. You know, you said you want to, like, you like to have a weekly movie night. I think that would be fantastic. So here's what you do. You just do one. You do one. You do one movie night. You commit to one. It's like when I was online dating, I would commit to meeting the person for one beverage, a tea or a glass of wine. That was it. That was my commitment. One drink. And they'd be like, oh, you want to have dinner? No, not really. If you want to go out again, we can schedule that. Like, I committed to one. And sometimes it turned into a full-blown relationship. Some of them were great friendships. Like, whatever it turned into is what it turned into. And no one sucked me dry because I decided that commitment. I committed to one. So you commit to one movie night. And you'll get the feedback then. And you'll either find it in your heart to be like, oh my God, this was amazing, and 50,000 people showed up and they all wanted again, and oh my God, this is a thing. Or it could just be you and no one else. Okay. And then a month later, you could be like, I want to have another movie night. Okay, then you listen to that. You just commit to what you're inspired to commit to at that moment. And you don't have to commit to a whole year. When you met your man friend, did you all be like, oh my God, this is amazing, let's be together forever?
Well, it took a week.
Exactly. It took seven whole days.
It was probably faster than that, but
right. I mean, but you know what I'm saying, right? Like,
so the allow yourself what you want in the moment.
mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty good at that, but
you see this bigger picture.
I want a routine.
And that is going to be your routine. Your routine is going to be creating this website, promoting people to come in. So your commitment, your doing is going to be, I'm committed to going out. And I'm going to go to Lotus. I'm going to take, a yoga class. I'm going to go down to this place when I have 10 minutes and just go shoot the shit with this person and see how they're doing today. And tell them how excited I am about what I'm creating. Get them excited about it. Commit to you to go out and blossom. It's not like when the rose blooms, thank goodness it blooms fully. Because if it just kind of barely opened up and was like, I'm afraid to open up the rest of the way.
What if I create something that everybody can't go without? Now I have to make it happen, or else
you wouldn't be
consequence.
No, you wouldn't be able to not. You being you is what you're creating.
But part of the magic that is me is that I have the time at 5:00 to tell myself to stop working and to go home and hang out with my family, and to completely dislodge from being the community volunteer. I mean, I'm afraid of that duality molding, meshing together, mixing. I don't want home. I want home. It's hard because I like to bring my art home, but I don't want to always be trying to schedule events so people will like Tuxedo Cat Productions, because now I'm not going to hang out with Boo and Boo Jr. I got to be hanging out with them. That's my family.
What if it's like the fluid painting, where the colors don't mix? However, it's only when they're put together on the one canvas that it creates the magic that you teach.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
yeah. Because they don't have to go into one another, but they can work beautifully together.
Just fun. I mean, to add to your analogy, it's all in the preparation.
Mm-hmm. And this is what you've been doing. And so now you've got so much prepared. You are so prepared.
I'm overly prepared for anything. I have everything I'd ever need for whatever happens.
Exactly. And so there's this fear of success. What if? What if you are so successful that now people are calling you left and right? And now it may take time away from your family time. What if you don't have time to commit to your other job? What if you don't meet the agreements that you've made, and then other people are going to judge you because now you're not a good friend? There are so many fears that we have related to success. Please know that where you are, your success is going to flow so beautifully. because of the support system that you have, one. Two, you have people around you that will call you out with love and kindness and compassion. They're not going to be like, hey, bitch, what the fuck are you doing? You suck. They're going to be like, hey, we really missed you last night. Can we commit to not having that happen as often? Okay. Like, much more gentle.
Mm-hmm.
You know? The way that you are going to, that you have set yourself up for success is going to blow your mind with the ease that it comes. It's not that you have to create this community that is going to be held together by you. You get to be you so that other people are inspired to join you.
I like that point of view. It's just practicing that thought pattern.
Because your thoughts are just what creates the reality every single moment of our lives.
I want nothing more than to live in a small town, have the family that I have, get to create art every day, and get to give something to people that they are looking for. And I mean, I want to give to people what I found through art. Art helped calm my negative thoughts, my suicidal thoughts, my just hatred for life. Art and expression saved me, and I really want to bring what saved me into my hands and everything that I do, and I'm finally in the position to do that, and I'm so ready to make it happen. I just like
that right there, what you just said. You know how you said that sometimes when you have events or when you like, you'll set it all up and you're like super jazzed, then when it comes to the time for you to like be on and be present and to share, right, to be the voice, it's like I'd rather kind of just like sit back and like enjoy the show.
Yes.
If you share what you just said, that what creativity has done for you, sharing that out of the gate, and then if you didn't speak another word, everyone's still going to be so tuned in and so inspired that if you didn't speak another word, they're going to still do whatever it is that they were brought there to do. And I know that you would say more than that. But the value of creativity from your heart, sharing that, that's that kind of like, that got you jazzed up. Like you felt that. You're like, this is what it means to me. Like, I feel it. You felt the importance of it. You felt the importance of you. And sharing that is the I don't like to use the word value. And whatever. The value of what you're giving. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I mean, just now, throwing a movie night would be fun, but it wouldn't satisfy me. Throwing like a TED Talk, like a weekly roundtable, that's something I can get behind. Like what we're doing here with the podcast, except it's a community gathering, a book club kind of thing. I mean, I love talking. I have no problems talking in front of people. It is not a fear of performance. It's just the fear. It's just that, oh man, now I've scheduled everything. I've scheduled my week packed full of stuff to talk about that I don't have any time to like have an introspective moment to myself, and I know we probably are going in circles now, but that is the legitimate fear, is I'm so successful that I can't have time for myself. And I don't want to be that person or slide into that trap.
You won't, because everything that you'll be doing is nothing but you doing you and you being you.
Well, how do I constantly check myself? Because I mean, today's a checking of myself.
That's it. Yes. Thank you for being this self-aware, because that's when we, as a human, learn something's not okay. Pause. Something wasn't right.
Yeah.
And then that's your check-in. And that's humaning. We do this in cycles. It's what we're supposed to do. It's like we run. It's like a dog is going to keep running until it can't run anymore. We're the same thing. I mean, we'll just keep running, especially when it feels good. And everything's been feeling good until all of a sudden it's like, okay, now it's not feeling good. Okay, but now it's not feeling good. I got to do this thing. What do I need to do? I got to schedule this, but I need to do that. But what do I do? I don't know. And then all of a sudden it doesn't feel good. And all of a sudden it's like, crash. And it's like, oh God, reevaluate. Do I just quit everything? What do I do? Who am I doing? What am I doing?
I've been there so many times.
Right.
Several times I've quit everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I do have the ability to quit everything, like legitimately quit and start again.
Mm-hmm.
Which
and
is,
I want to do that.
And I don't want to do that because I really love what I've set up, and I'm super lucky with the structure that I have been given by a lot of very generous people who do see the successes in me. And that's also another pressure added on, is people are giving me breaks and chances to have the space that I have, to have all the materials. People are investing in me.
Yeah.
I need to show something for it. I need to show something.
You get to show up. You are showing. You are doing it all. You get to show up.
Not everyone is given that beautiful, beautiful, very, very, very fluffy gift of all you got to do is show up.
Yeah, perfect. Then thanks, universe.
Because, I mean, I know a lot of people probably listening are thinking, man, I got to go to work.
Well, great. That's their decision. That's their life. That's theirs.
Well, it was my life. I just managed to make this one mine.
Yeah.
So, oh gosh, I know we probably got to go. Is there...
You know how you were saying how sometimes like you'll get like super lethargic? So know also that is a conditioned response that your body is doing.
Yes, I can agree with that.
So whenever that happens and you're like, it's like me. I've been so focused on me, focusing on like marketing. I need to make money. Am I going to lose the house? Right? And then it's like I get to pause, rewind, and be like, wait a minute. I have so many people that believe in me and my message, and they're supporting me, whether it's a $20 gas card or whatever it is, right? Little things, big things, all the time are flowing in. So then I get to shift that, feel that, get more of that. And then when it's like, okay, well, I committed to going out tonight. But man, it's raining. It would be so much more comfortable to put on my jammies.
Yes.
And then I think,
lethargic,
no, I
lazy.
committed to that. That to me is going no longer out of my heart. Because when I made the commitment to go out tonight, for example, it was in my heart. Like I was called to do the thing, right? My heart called me. I was inspired to do the thing. So then when it comes to doing the thing, when I get tired, that's not my heart. That's not my heart. That's like some conditioned response that my body's doing that's like, if you go out, people are going to make fun of you. They're going to ask you, what do you do? And what are you going to say, Jane? Do you know what you do? Can you tell them clearly? What are you going to say? You know, are you going to be the weirdo that's wearing the only outfit that looks like that? Because you usually are, Jane.
Man, you could put on that onesie and have a beer and watch a movie and not go out.
Exactly, and not be judged. And then I'm like, oh no, wait, that's fear. That's old childhood Jane coming up and being hurt ego Jane that's trying to make the calls now.
God, that's so me, right? It's so me. I'm so afraid to get out there. Yeah. I mean, speaking of, as we speak, we're 10 minutes into the meeting.
Already?
Which, oh man. Well, we'll come to a close. I mean, everything, it's just down the street. So there is a merchants meeting in downtown Concord of all the people who own businesses, and it'll be my first merchant meeting that I get to go to. It's just a meetup. I mean, we're just meeting each other. This is exactly what we're talking about. I'm excited to go. Circumstances here make it. Yes, circumstances on with our schedule are making me be able to show up a little bit late, but I think it'll be okay because I needed this. I'm glad that we did this, but I thank you for this processing. As I mean, even though it's just been a little under an hour, I have, through talking to you and having you offer me different outside perspective, I have pinpointed a fear of success by way of being too successful means that I don't want a life of too much success. And I probably have to re-listen to this a few more times just to, because there's also I really want my family life to be solid. I really like childhood Katlyn is the youngest of 4 kids. Mom and dad were working by the time I was 8 or so, and I don't want to be. I know that I'm not mad at them. I'm working through my own thing. I know why they did it. They were working to pay for the family. Get that now, but I always used to say, man, I never want to have kids past a certain age because I never want to be too tired to play with them. And so that's another personal thing holding me back is I want to be there for Becca. I know she's got her mom but I mean, I want to be successful as a in the relationship of the role I play in the family.
You just said something that I would like for you to hear. You just said that childhood Katlyn, and you want to be kind of like that supporter for Becca. So it's kind of like you going out now and being in public now and like that kind of like socializing aspect. That's like having the little girl Katlyn going out and letting her play through your body.
Yeah, I did spend a lot of time alone as a kid, which I did not like, but I made the best of.
Mm-hmm. And now you get to be that and share with everyone all that. And they love you. I can't wait for you to start really seeing how much people admire and respect and love you.
Isn't it funny that we can't see how people see us?
Well, yeah. That's a whole other segment.
I know.
I'll tell you about that.
All right. Well, this has, I'm going to go ahead and take this to a close just because, everyone's got other things they need to do. I appreciate you hanging out with us this long. Talking about, we just went through a processing of sort of entrepreneurial hump that I'm experiencing, and Jane the Guide has so graciously processed me on air. So hopefully you guys can take my story and put yours in it and get some free advice here from Jane the Guide. She does do this for her business. She's fantastic. She's super intuitive, very loving in her communication, and she reads you and she tries to communicate with you the best way that you need it. And I've seen a lot of therapists in my day. I really enjoy how you talk to me, and this isn't the first time you've processed me, so I knew this was going to be a good idea, and I had a breakthrough with it already, which is pretty nice. But I would like to just say that of Tuxedo Cat Productions, Jane the Guide is the spiritual healer of anyone who comes into Tuxedo Cat Productions. I will give them your card because I believe everybody just needs to talk sometimes, and to have somebody truly listen and truly talk to someone. Like, you don't talk to respond, you talk to listen, or you listen, what is it? Listen to respond. You don't listen to respond, you listen to hear. You want to hear what my message is, and then you're pretty quick at turning it around and putting your words into my language, and I'm very thankful for your gifts and what you do for people and what you do for me. I don't know exactly what you do for everyone because everyone's so different, but what you do for me is you hear me and you tell me things that I think are helpful for me to make my own better decisions. So Jane the Guide, I appreciate that. JaneTheGuide.com, Jane with a G. J.
Guide with a G.
Guide with the G. All right, so that'll be a nice conclusion for our 9th show. Stream of Consciousness is on iTunes and on Tuxedo Cat with a K .productions. Again, no .com because I'm a rebellious trendsetter. So tuxedocat.productions is the website, and the blog you can find under contact. Thank you guys so much for listening. Hope it can benefit you the same way it benefits me. So hopefully you will join us next week. Every Friday we got a podcast. Jane the Guide will be here every other week, and then I've been bringing in some other new guests. So we got a lot for you. Thank you so much. Have a great day.